Welcome to LYNX Coding. LYNX is a cloud-based, text-based programming language designed by Canadians who have been making coding software for students for well over 20 years. It's perfect for students who are ready to move on from block-based coding. To get started, you click on Create a LYNX project and you will arrive at this page. This is the work area or page over here, and down below you have the command center where you can type commands to have things occur. On the left hand side is the procedure pane where you can write new procedures and then type them later in the command center. And on our left you have the menus that you can access to do other things. Let's go to the settings and get you comfortable. You could choose dark mode if you like. Maybe choose a huge font if you're doing a group presentation. Or choose autocomplete if you would like, when you're typing in the command center, start typing a command, you will see that it will give you options to autocomplete that command. Another great option is for you to choose learner mode. We suggest that if you are just getting started. The turtle is your main action figure or sprite, and you can activate that turtle by writing commands in the command center. So let's look at some very basic things here, and you can discover more much later. PD will tell the turtle to put its pen down, and if I type forward, or the short form, FD, and 100, and press enter, the turtle will go forward 100 turtle steps. CG will clear the graphics and bring that turtle back to its home. Repeat is a command that you can follow by a number, 4 for 4 times, for example. Then forward 100, turn right 90, and when you do that, it will follow that set of instructions. That's the very basic start. So how can you get help using LYNX? On the home page in the upper right hand corner, you'll see a help menu. When you drop that menu down, you'll see an FAQ and user guides that are available to you. The most popular commands are listed on the last page of the Getting Started guide. There is also a guide to making an interactive story. If you choose a command from the Getting Started guide and type it in a command center and move your cursor on top of it, you will see a tooltip that will explain the primitive, give an example, and suggest associated primitives. In the bottom left-hand corner, you will see a question mark. It has a more complete explanation. In the disk menu, choose Samples. We'll choose Turtle Geometry. You could read our comments in gray. They're also preceded by a semicolon. It will give you an explanation of how we coded the sample. You could press some of these buttons over here to see what happens. Clear graphics. You could also copy some of the code from the procedure pane and play around with those. I'll go down to the many triangles procedure, copy the command that's inside that procedure, and paste it in the command center. Notice that triangle is a sub-procedure we had written before. I could see what happens when I press enter. It makes that lovely pattern. Click the clear graphics button on the screen, and then I could go in and change one of these numbers and see what effect that has. Press enter. Okay, I could move my cursor back up to that line, press enter again, and I could see that I could do it again. Turtle geometry is obviously a great way to introduce math concepts. Particularly when you look at the procedures and how they're written and have students mess around with the various numbers and change things. But of course, you can do more than turtle geometry with LYNX. Here's an example of a Terry Fox project that has multiple turtles, sprites, and shows multiple pages so that you can create interactive stories or multimedia presentations. Here is On Your Mark, Get Set, Go, which will show you some event handling.
The winner is Paul.
This sample, Way Home, we'll show you how to make a game. Let's revisit the menus and look at the plus sign. You can add another turtle. Oh, that goes right on top, so I'll drag it off there. You could add a text box and move it around by grabbing its handle down at the bottom. And of course, you have some text editing features to enhance your interactive stories. You could add a button into which you can put a procedure. You could add a slider, which allows you to do variables. You could add sound. You could add another page to have a multi-page project, or you can add your own clip art or use the sample clip art that exists inside the program. This house icon on the left-hand side brings up the Shapes panel, and you can add your own clip art at this point. Click on any spot and click the plus sign, and you will get this dialog box, and you just follow the instructions. You also need to remember to use this disk icon. There is no autosave, so please save often. This icon takes you to the procedures pane, and that's where you're going to write your procedure. You can see that you can add other tabs to have procedures perhaps for each page that you create. Once you've finished your project, you have the choice to share it as you wish. Up in the left-hand corner here, you will see an icon that when clicked brings up this dialog box, and you can see that you can share it to your device, to OneDrive, to Dropbox, to Google, or if you wish, you can get a URL and share it by Twitter, Facebook, copy the link, or email it from there. And that's it for a quick overview of LYNX. Look forward to seeing you next time.